Fellow citizens of Guyana, I was interrupted just now, but I will continue. What did the late Chedi Jagan done for you, the Indian people, but lying to you and betray you? What did the late Fast Bonham done to you, the African descendant, when they lied to you? Also, I want you all to know that Kofi happens to be a revolutionist, not an opportunist. None of your Indian brothers as an Indian respect you or want to help you. None of your black brothers who are in power want to help you. When will the two of you understand that you all do not have friends and family with ministers in government or president? And you, the Indian, you know your days of arrival. May I ask, when is your day of departure? Of course you will say, I have you in my blood. You, the black brothers and sisters, you know the day of emancipation, but I want to tell both of you, it was your ancestor who was emancipated free. And it's the Indian ancestor who arrived, not you. Because Africa do not need none of you, the black brothers. And India don't need you, the Indian brothers. Because your cultures are different, your appetite is different, and the people in Africa is much more smart and educated than you. And believe in a God. You only talk of God, but you all are hypocrites. You, the Indian, the same. In India, they don't need you. They have enough beggars, thieves, and hoes in India. The only thing I congratulate Bharat Jagdeo for, and Infant Ali, when a Muslim and a Hindu can hold hands together to rule a country with unity, and it's a country don't belong to none of you, like India, where you divide in Pakistan and India. Learn. I hope the Indians can learn from you all. Don't make religion divided you. Don't make color of skin divide you. Guyana is an Amerindian country, as we say, indigenous. All your priests, I blame the priests, the pandit, and the métis, the imam, for not playing the great role. The Bible have 10 commandments. Thou shalt not covet thy brother's property. How you, the black man and woman, know that the white man exploits you in Africa, take your resources, and you don't know what you're doing to the native Indian, who we call the buck man or buck woman, which we say indigenous to be fair. And you, the Indian, who are so corrupt, you cannot live good with your own brothers and sisters fighting for land what don't belong to you, like Ahmad Ali, Nazar Ali, and all the Ali at Latri, Pakistan, and Mr. Lal at Canaan, and many more. And you all are talking about justice and equality and humanity. Let me be honest with the two of you. I call upon all of you, under the late Fast Bonham, a young historian, a black man named Walter Radney, was murdered for his principal belief when he says, people's power, no dictator. Chedi Jagan betrayed the WPA when they go to form an organization for the unity of the country because he had wanted to be the head. And when the UC told him no, he said he's not in politics to take a back seat. He left for Canada or America when they had the food in Regent Street at Gimpex, and the GDF went and take everything. Jagan was a traitor to his people and the nation. Richard Ismail was the union man for the sugar workers. Bonham helped Jagan to get it and turn it into GAU so he could control GAU sugar workers, the cane cutters and farmers, while TUC was controlled by Bonham till come a man named Gordon Todd, who threatened a strike. And Bonham put him in a helicopter and asked if he can fly. And then we hear that, we don't hear nothing more about Gordon Todd. What I'm trying to tell you all, ladies and gentlemen, Guyana is not for East Indian and African, Chinese and Portuguese, but it's only the two of you are claiming a country and fighting for it. GDF went into Africa to fight white people to drive them out because you say your black brothers must rule themselves. What about if the Amerindian get Venezuela, Brazil, Colombia and Panama to help them? Will that be a crime? What goes around comes around, and what goes up must come down. Again, Jesus again. He said, do unto others as you like them do unto you. Mugabe drove out the white man. So we have history where Idi Amin drove out the Indians in the 70s. Mugabe drove out the white man in the 80s, coming to the 90s. What will stop the Amerindian for taking the country with the help of the Douglas, the Portuguese and Chinese to drive out both of you? Let us not cross that line. I know the GDF and the police are bloodthirsty killer, as Burnham call y'all the dogs of war. Don't let us cross that. But I have a question for the former Security Minister Ramjatan. I hope you have that letter from your investigator claim that Anthony Snow pled guilty to the charge, because we are not sitting down. We are calling on the present government in Front Alley to start to look into my son's case and our case with land problem. Since you promised that you are the man to bring about peace with Venezuela, bring about peace with us, and I want Mr. Ramjatan to produce that letter where my son pled guilty, because we have all the facts. And I'm not asking for money. I'm not asking for jail. I am asking for the judge that sentenced him behind his back without a trial to be arrested and charged, and if found guilty, execute. I am calling for the same thing for Kamraj Ramjatan or Nagamutu or whoever involved in it. I am calling on the 4 policemen at Timeri that beat my son to come forward and give a statement who told them to do it. And Mr. Guyana, who live on the East Coast, to tell you who tell him to do it. And Mr. Ramdat, known as Horseman, who's alleged killed his neighbor in Covent Garden, and he was not locked up because he was with some drug people, that members who were supporting the then PPP. Now that Mr. Infantali, you're a Muslim like me, Assalamu alaikum. Like Gandhi said, he's a Muslim, he's a Christian, he's a Buddha, he's a Catholic, but most of all, he's a human being. Respect me and I'll respect you if you want to care Guyana. Give 2-acre land per family and 100,000 US so they could build their dream house. No more squatters, no more renting of house. Because the former president, Mr. Barrett, Jack Deere, your advisor, and maybe your vice president, he stated in Queens in a meeting, if I remember right, he gave Burnham's daughter the whole back of the Botanic Garden, but he cannot give the ordinary black man a house spot, an Indian. Something not right here, my 2 fellow brothers and sisters, you blacks and you Indian. But think of the death of Walter Rodney, Winnie and Dublin, with the PNC and Burnham, how long he lived after. Think about Dr. Jagan when he get power, how long did he live after? And even Haidt, he even lost his 2 children on the highway. You all are not seeing that the hands of God was a curse upon the government. The parliament have a lot of meetings, and before they die, plenty will run mad. And plenty of you policemen and army, stop the killing, because when all of them get arrested, they're going to call your name. You all are not going to like it. And before I conclude, all 65 ministers got millions of dollars, fancy car and jewel and houses. What y'all got? Y'all don't even have food and a dress for your wife or your daughter or an underwear for your son. Is that what y'all want? And y'all talk about European slavery? The worst slavery, slave master is a coolie, and the most destructive is your black brother. So let's put that aside, since we are the new generation. Unite and carry Guyana forward. Hold your politicians them accountable for the crime that was committed against you. Under the PPP, Mr. Waddle lose his life. So we had Rodney, Winnie, Dublin, and we had Mr. Waddle. Gregory Shaw loses his life. If there is a God and he hearing my cry here today, I call that when your parliament in session and the court in session, hit it with an earthquake and kill all the bastards, those lion vagabonds. I call on the international community for get involved with the human rights into Guyana, and let it be known to you, we are not sitting down. Learn Spanish or Brazilian language, and remember, who is more close to America than those who serve the military? Have a good night. Bye.